In the midst of all of the horrible news that's been coming out of basically the entire United States for the last few months, this past weekend we actually got a little bit of a glimmer of hope in the form of slightly good news. And that good news is that creationist museum up in Kentucky created by Ken Ham is actually failing. Now, I know that may not seem like such great news or like it's some kind of insignificant piece of news, but it actually means something here in the United States today. Do you know what it means? It means that people aren't willing to go shell out money to be lied to about things that are easily verifiably not true. Maybe you believe in religion, and that's absolutely fine. Maybe you believe that a 600-year-old man built a giant boat and gathered up 2 of every animal in the world, blah, blah, blah. Fine. But we have fossil evidence that dinosaurs existed, and they existed long before human beings. We have evidence and scientific findings that tell us that the world is older than 4,000 or 5,000 years. And so it's good news that this museum is failing because it tries to undo the scientific education that we are giving our children and that we ourselves have learned. But Ken Ham, again, the fundamentalist who created this whole thing, isn't willing to go down without a fight. According to Ken Ham, the reason his creationist museum that is shaped like a giant Noah's Ark is failing is because of those darn atheists. Now, Ken Ham didn't exactly explain how atheists are somehow sabotaging attendance at his park, but in his mind, it's the atheist's fault. Maybe he thinks the atheists have reached enough people in the United States to turn us all into godless heathens, as he would say. But the truth is that people don't want to be lied to, and they sure as hell don't want to pay money to go be lied to. You know, talk about a bad investment. And furthermore, Ken, if you're such an intense fundamentalist, somebody who believes in the literal word of the Bible, why didn't you just ask God for a bailout, right? I mean, if you are allegedly doing His work, doing what He wants you to do, why isn't He helping you? It's almost like He's forsaken you, right? The truth is, nobody cares about your stupid little museum. Nobody cares that you're trying to warp the minds of children in the United States with your backwards teachings. If people want to raise their children religious, that is their choice. That is something they can absolutely do, and there is nothing wrong with that, as long as those children also get a proper scientific education and learn what's real and what's a belief. If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire, become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.